Hi, everybody. So, in a blatant act of coordinated censorship, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and Apple's iTunes have all banned Alex Jones. And I thought it was important to bring this up because I'm not seeing it on any of the local news, and I'm not seeing it in any of the mainstream media news. Um, I see it a little bit on their websites, but not like as video clips. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that Alex Jones has been censored in the first big sweeping kind of, okay, so it's okay to censor people's freedom of speech because they say they're saying that the reason that they're censoring him and banning him from those platforms is because uh, his speech promotes violence and that it's hate speech. I figured it was going to be because they're saying it's some form of act of bullying, but this thing with the hate speech and promotes violence, what's going to happen? The reason that they're doing this is the first big step in saying you are not allowed to voice your opinions on anything. You are no longer going to be able to say that 9/11, that the government is lying about 9/11, that there's a massive cover-up about 9/11, that World Trade Center 7 fell straight down into its own footprint at free fall speed, only which can only happen in an implosion. And it's obviously an implosion, all these other things. And I said, go ahead and pull it. But no one cares about 9/11 anymore, right? But you will not be able to say anything about Israel. You won't be able to say anything negative about Israel or the government of Israel or say anything about the killing of Palestinians because that's going to be something that causes, violence, promotes violence. It's going to be something that's considered hate speech. Oh, you just hate Israel. You hate garbage. And you can expect with these new sanctions against Iran and you not being able to say anything that might promote what's not the main dialogue, which not the government, mainstream media fed garbage, which you hate. I am no fan of Alex Jones, but I am a huge fan. I mean, to me, Alex Jones, all he does is buy my boner pill. That's Alex Jones. I used to like him, like when he made, Martial Law 2000. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. I love it. I watched it 5 times in a row the first time I saw it. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't believe people talk like this. Where has this guy been? But I digress. I am a huge fan of freedom. I am a huge fan of free speech. In fact, that's what I've always been about, is fighting for freedom and freedom of expression. Because every time you censor freedom of expression, every single time, what they're saying is you can't handle the truth. You can only understand things the way we tell you. Which you guys are like, oh, you don't even ever do anything. You don't ever be anything creative. I'm incredibly creative. and I come out here and I share with you and I make things happen that you would never ever see if it weren't for me. And I get zero credit. And every day, on top of that, I fight for freedom. Your freedom of expression, over and over again. Everyone's freedom of expression. I don't want anyone silenced. Every time cops beat down protesters in the street, it doesn't matter who they are. The cops are wrong. Because that's freedom. People rising in the street to say, no, this injustice must stop. That's what they're trying to take away from you. That's what George W. Bush tried to take away from you with freedom of speech zones during the RNC and the DNC conventions. They had freedom of speech zones because they had to keep the 9/11 people contained. And if they had put them in a cage and said, oh, this is the place where you can express yourself, nobody's going to see it. The media is not going to go over to that place. The media isn't about freedom of speech. The media, that's why they haven't said anything about Alex Jones being censored, because they don't care about freedom of speech. They prefer censorship. And I don't get why you don't see how I fight for you and give to you and bring awareness to you and thousands, if not millions of others. Please give something back. Mox News survives on tips. What do you think of people who don't tip? Okay? How long have you been watching Mox News and have never tipped? You know I survive solely on tip. It says so at the end of every damn video. Please give something back. It's easy to do at moxnews.com, or there are clickable links in the text body of this video. Please give something back before it's too late. Okay? Alex Jones can go on to do whatever. He could create the next new YouTube. He could go to the weed tube and just blow YouTube out of the water, because the weed tube is all about freedom. But they may not like him. They may want to be fucking YouTubers one day too, so who knows what the fuck they're thinking. But he could start. He has plenty of money. He has plenty of financing. He could start, and that's the problem. He's all about money. I fucking hate money. I'm just asking you to please recognize my efforts. Acknowledge them by giving something back. Anything. Please. Otherwise, you know, how can it be that Mox News can survive? Please give something back. I'm not going to come out here and say, buy my boner pills. Okay? Ever! Don't want you to buy my boner pills. Don't take boner pills. I want you to smoke weed. I want you to eat marijuana. You eat marijuana, you ain't going to need no boner pills. Okay? That's rude. Alright, so that's where we're at. Please give something back to Mox News. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. One of these days this war is going to end. Stay cool until that day. It would be awesome if Mox News was here to celebrate that day with you. Wouldn't you like to celebrate the day that war ends? Wouldn't you like Mox News to be there celebrating it with you? Please give something back.